Climate change has become a very important topic of concern, and this session we are specifically devoting to winds and environmental phenomena in relation to climate change. Now, just to give you an overview, over the past few years, we have seen the studies have quoted that the wind speed has nearly increased by 5%. Canopies have started to decrease by 17% in the forest areas. Now, what happens is when the canopy decreases, the woods fall. Now these woods, when they fall, they have to be removed from the forest area. If they are not removed from the forest area, these logs which fall down, the woods that fall down, become the breeding ground for insects. Now with higher temperature, these insects have higher capability to survive, and this becomes a vicious cycle. So the system would automatically destroy itself, and this would become a chain reaction where these insects would percolate more into the forest area, destroying the further vegetation and the further area. Now, this was about the forest. If I move to the regions of coast, again we have seen that the coastal areas, the intrusion of water has increased significantly. The coastline is receding. We have seen the changes in the coastline. Measurements have shown that the coastlines are drastically changing, and even the artificial breakwaters or the dikes that are working have been established are not working as say, and even the cities which are located on the coastal areas would be affected because of it. So the storms are 1 meter or more in high, the sea levels are rising, the beaches are getting shallower because of the sediments and the sand depositions intruding into the water bodies, and therefore again coastal areas are affected. So we have seen how forest areas are affected, how coastal areas are affected. Coming back next, what happens is from the equatorial regions the warm air rises, and from the cold areas the cold air comes. Now these two move and merge towards from the west towards the eastward direction, and this is where we say jet stream formation occurs. So jet stream formation occurs in two layers. We have understood these in a separate class, so you can refer back that again. And the idea is these are formed at a subtropical level and at around 60th parallel. Now both of these jet streams over the years are seen because of the greater temperature gradient. Now greater the temperature gradient, we have seen that these jet winds, if they are weakening, they are a sign of danger, because we have seen that Arctic regions are warming so near to the surface that the gradient of the temperature is getting smaller. Now with these smaller gradient that is being witnessed, the jet streams are getting weaker, and weak jet stream means that it is again affecting the climate change. Again we can see clear air turbulence and rising aircraft casualties because of clean air turbulence, which cannot be visualized by radio waves, only through lidar, which is not present in the aeroplanes. This is causing more casualties even in the aircrafts. We have covered that in a separate lecture, again a very important topic. Now again, if we talk about some of the research station, Spitsbergen, in the western area of Spitsbergen, there is a place, New Elsend, and this is considered as a northmost settlement, and this has stations from nearly 11 countries. They have their research facilities here, and the idea is to study the climate change in these regions. So weather balloons are released, and these weather balloons are released from various locations across the globe simultaneously, and they go up to a height of 30 kilometer with a speed of 5 meter per second, and every second they move higher into the atmosphere, they send the recordings. And with these recordings we have come to know that there has been a significant change in the climatic patterns which needs to be understood. Also, studies have found that birds' behavior and birds' pattern has changed. Why? Albatross, which is one of the major birds that has been studied in higher altitudes, we say that there has been changes in the weight of the bird. Why? Because they are now more likely to survive, first of all, and they are able to get their food more easily. Their flight speed has increased, and they require less energy because they in foraging around, because they can get their food very easily. So they have more body weight, their flight speed is increasing, their chicks are able to survive more, and this is an implication of the climate change. Now specifically, if we move similar way to the farmers and the agricultural areas, we would see that the seasons have gone extreme, from rainy season to dry season, and erratic weather conditions which are not predictable. But despite of that, some of the crops grow well. For example, lupin is growing well because it has good root growth, and therefore it can survive amidst even very hot and dry conditions. And 2018 heat waves in Europe was one of the extreme heat waves where lupin survived to its best. So these are some of the examples that we have said, which substantiate the fact that how winds and climate change are related, and these affect the phenomena on in the forest areas, in the ocean areas, to the other species like birds, and for agriculture. So this was a gist of all those things, highly important for your upcoming optional paper. These kind of case studies and examples you can percolate throughout your answer writing, and with contemporary questions rising every time, this becomes again a very important topic for your upcoming examination. For more information, do visit the link below. Thanks for joining in. Have a wonderful day.